A lot has been said about morning routines in books and blogs, and of course here on YouTube. And there is a lot of content that showcases the very specific morning routine of an individual YouTube creator. And those are definitely fun to watch and sometimes strangely relaxing. But when it comes time to create your own morning routine, it's unlikely that you're going to just copy paste the exact morning routine of your favorite YouTuber. So what do you do? How do you put together the perfect morning routine for you? And perhaps more importantly, how do you make it a habit that you will actually stick with? So stay tuned, because in this video, I am going to be walking you through a process of crafting your own morning routine, because what's perfect for somebody else is not going to be what's perfect for you. So I'm going to help you create your morning routine that will help you set the right tone for the day ahead. Now, if you've watched me here on YouTube before, then welcome back. But if you are new to my channel, then welcome. I am Dr. Kim Foster, and I'm an MD turned coach, wellness expert, and entrepreneur. I was a family doctor for 20 years before leaving the healthcare system to focus entirely on my wellness business. And I am also the founder of the Wellness Coach Academy, where I train aspiring health and wellness coaches and help them to build their businesses. And here on YouTube, I share tons of tips to help you master the art of living well. And if that sounds good, then be sure to subscribe, because I upload new videos every week. Now let's talk about morning routines. Before we get into the how, I want to spend a minute on the why. You might be wondering, why all the kerfuffle about morning routines, and why does everybody talk about them? Well, there can be a lot of benefits to a morning routine. Let me just quickly run through 5 of them. So one is increased productivity. Having a morning routine, it can help you be more productive throughout the day, because it really sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. 2 is reduced stress. By having a routine in place, you can eliminate that decision fatigue and reduce the stress that's associated with decision making, which can give you a sense of control over your day. 3 is improved mental and physical health. So a morning routine that incorporates exercise, meditation, or other healthy habits like drinking water, eating a nourishing breakfast, these can all improve your overall well-being. 4 is better sleep. A consistent morning routine can help to regulate your body clock, which can in turn result in better sleep quality. And 5 is increased motivation and focus. When you start your day with a sense of accomplishment, something, of course, like completing your morning workout, that can really boost your motivation and your focus for the rest of the day. For me personally, my morning routine has been life-changing. Before I had kids, I was a pretty organized person. Then kids came along and chaos took over, especially in the morning. I actually spent years feeling out of control all day long. But once I started adopting a morning routine, and in the beginning it was pretty simple and very short, let's face it, because it had to be. But once I started with that, I really began feeling much better, and I began to regain control, not just of my mornings, but of the day as a whole. So if you're on board with the idea of creating a morning routine for yourself, then you might be wondering, why not just copy somebody else's morning routine? It seems like kind of an easy solution, right? Well, the thing is, as I said before, a morning routine that works for me is not going to work for you. Creating your own routine is important because it allows you to tailor it to your individual needs and your preferences and your lifestyle. And to be honest, the season in your life. My morning routine now with 2 teenagers is different than when my kids were a lot younger. So when you create your own morning routine, that allows you to identify the very specific activities that help you feel energized and focused and productive throughout the day. So let's talk about how to do this. The first step is to determine your goals. What do you want to achieve with your morning routine? Do you want to feel energized? Do you want to reduce stress? Do you want to increase productivity? Knowing your goals will help you to choose activities that really align with those goals. Next, identify activities that work for you. Consider activities that you enjoy and that have a positive impact on your day. This can include exercise, meditation, journaling, reading, or anything else that just helps you to feel your best. And I just want to mention here at this point that if you're not even sure what activities could be included in a morning routine, I put together a free PDF that you can download called The Ultimate Morning Routine Menu. And it's a collection of things that you might want to consider adding to your own morning routine, just grouped into the different categories of body, mind, and spirit. You can download that PDF for free using the link in the description box. But let's move on with the process. So we've set our goals and we've identified the activities that we want to include. From there, step 3 is to plan your routine. I want you to decide how much time you want to allocate to each activity and what order you want to do them in. And be sure to allow enough time for each activity so they don't feel rushed or stressed. So an example might be wake up at 6 a.m., drink a glass of water, do some yoga or some light stretching for 10 or 15 minutes, write in your journal for 10 minutes, and then review your to-do list or your schedule for the day. So that's 5 items, but each one just takes a few minutes. And overall, this whole morning routine might take you less than half an hour in total. But again, that's just an example. Yours might be quite different. You may want to include other activities such as reading, going for a morning walk or a run, or time for creative pursuits. The key is to find activities that help you feel energized and focused and productive throughout the day. And feel free to play around with the items and the order and the length of time. Okay, the next step, step 4, is to start small. This is really important. If you're new to morning routines, just start with 1 or 2 simple activities and then gradually add more over time. You'll see people with like a 14-step morning routine, and if that works for them, that's amazing. And maybe that's actually where you'll ultimately end up too. Or maybe not. Even if you would love to have a multi-step morning routine, just starting there is way too much in the beginning. So start small and gradually build. This is what will help you to create a sustainable routine that you can actually stick to. So the final step is to be flexible. Life happens and sometimes your morning routine may need to change. Be flexible and adapt your routine as needed while still keeping your goals in mind. Also, don't use your morning routine as an opportunity to indulge in all or nothing thinking. If you don't tick off all the boxes on one day, it doesn't mean that the whole day is a write-off. It's okay. We are not going for perfection here. And feel free to experiment. If something just isn't working for whatever reason, then just get rid of it. Let it go. So now that you've got your routine drafted and you're ready to try it out, I've got some pro tips to help you make the most of your routine and also to make it stick. So first, set reminders. So you can use reminders like an alarm or a calendar notification just to help you to stay on track with your morning routine. This can be especially helpful when you are just first starting out. Second, start small. I know I said this before, but I really can't emphasize this enough. If you try to incorporate way too many activities into your morning routine right away, it can become overwhelming and very difficult to stick with. So start with just a few small, manageable activities and then gradually add more over time. My third pro tip is to be consistent. So consistency is key when it comes to creating a habit. Try to wake up and go to bed at the same time every day and stick to your routine as much as possible, while also, as I mentioned, granting yourself some grace and not beating yourself up if you don't stick to it one day. My fourth tip is to keep track of your progress. So keep a journal or use a habit tracking app to track your progress and celebrate your successes. This can really help to motivate you to keep going with your routine. My final tip is to make it enjoyable. Choose activities for your morning routine that you actually enjoy and look forward to. This can really help to make it much easier to stick to your routine and turn it into a positive habit. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. Just to recap, the most important thing here is to build your own morning routine, something that is tailored to work for you and your lifestyle. And don't forget to download my Ultimate Morning Routine Menu to help you to choose the perfect activities for you. It's super important to start very, very small and start with things that feel good. From there, gradually build and do what you can to be consistent so that you get all the benefits. But always stay flexible, grant yourself grace, and keep moving forward. Now, if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. And if you have a morning routine, I would love to hear about it. What activities are in your morning routine? Share in the comments so that we can all get lots of ideas for the kinds of things that we might include in our own morning routines. Okay, that's a wrap for this video. Take care, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon.